Here I have the Printrbot Smalls kit. I can't wait to put this together, so let's cut it open and see what's inside. And let's take a look. Alright, so here we have packing slip on top, and you can of course find this on Printrbot.com if you want to read it carefully. And looking inside, it looks like many Printrbot boxes, full of lots of great stuff to put together. A little bit of sample filament to get you started, and just looks like clear. And here's the Autodesk Fusion 360, a 1-year commercial license. There it is, the Printrbot offer on the front there. Let's take a look at some of these bags. This one has a hot end and motor wires, and I'll come back to that. We'll take another look at that again. And this one is plastic parts. They are actually 3D printed. Not too uncommon. First time for a Printrbot I've ever had with 3D printed parts, but I know my Prusa kit had 3D printed parts. Let's see here. This is okay, bearings, belts, Allen wrenches. You know, pretty much run-of-the-mill stuff we're gonna need here, right? And let's see what else we've got. The power cord, of course, and we'll just kind of set these guys aside. And all right. Oh, here we go. Metal rods, Acme rod, pretty much, you know, everything for your linear motion in your printer. And let's see here, USB cable, and oh, this is different. Let me see if I can pick this all up as one piece. I didn't see that coming, that it was going to be in 2 halves. Let me see if I can kind of nicely pick that up, give you a good view. All right, and motors. Looks like 2 bags of other parts. Take a look at those in just a moment. Let's just get that safely out of the way. And oh, okay, here we go. So there's a print bed. Pretty much same thickness I've seen on any other Printrbot I've got. And I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna just kind of rip it open. Sometimes they wrap a metal part in one of these so it doesn't ding other stuff, but oh, okay. This is actually the printer board in here, so don't pull on this too aggressively as I'm about to do. And again, don't just force it out of there. Do that more gentle than I did. I just did it that way because I'm on a video. And don't take it out of the anti-static bag. Just leave it in there for now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the parts here. We've got all the frame pieces, and they're really nice weight, and they feel pretty good. And there's the arm. This little guy that covers the fans. All right, and that's all the metal frame pieces there. I'm gonna just set these down. We'll spread them out in a minute. And zip ties, because all Printrbot must have zip ties. And of course, a Printrbot sticker. I'm gonna be glad to stick that on something. And let's spread all these out so you can get a better view of everything. All right, so the metal parts, let's break them down one by one. First here is the print bed, as I call it, or print plate, as it was on the bill of materials. This next one here is the base plate, and it's going to make up the base of your printer. It's got quite a lot of holes in it. And the next part here is the next one is going to be the Y arm. This goes to carry your extruder back and forth. It goes on the end there. And the next one here is the Z frame. So the vertical frame you've seen in all the photos. Metal rods go up and down this for your Z movement. And then this guy is the YZ plate, I believe. Movement for Y and Z will happen there. And then this is one of the, just a bearing clamp, and then there's 2 identical ones here. These are also bearing clamps, help hold the bearings in place. And then this last one here is the fan front cover. So this will cover up the fans on the front. And those are the metal pieces, the metal frame pieces. All right, so motors and parts. Let's see what we've got. This bag is the extruder bag, and it has the injection molded extruder. So if you've had an aluminum one in the past, this is going to be a little different, but it probably is going to be everything you really need for your Printrbot Smalls. These little guys are just the screws. It's just a bag of screws. Inside, about the same amount of screws on any Printrbot kit I've ever put together before. No more, no less, really. And we've got, or small motors, I believe. I think they consider these to be small size. They do have, though, the part where the wires plug in. That's different than any other Printrbot kit I've gotten to build before. So it looks like 3 of those little guys. And let's see here. Just the one of the, I think it's marked on the bill of materials as medium. And so he's, of course, for your extruder, so you have, you know, more power to it. See the size difference there. And that pretty much sums up the motors. These are all the metal rods in the box. There's 4 of the 250 millimeter, 2 of the 165, and of course, just the 1 Acme rod for your Z-axis. This bag has 3D printed parts in it, so I want to rip it open and walk through each part with you to show you the quality. I think it's going to be good. And they might go injection mold in the future, but I'm just going to rip mine open and show you how each part looks. See if they came out well. And this first piece here feels good. Layer height looks like 0.2. Looks good. A little bit stringy, but not a lot on the outside. Nice and crisp little piece there. He looks good. Here we've got belt tensioners, which look nice and crisp, and you know, should be no problem there with those being 3D printed. These look like they're gonna take some metal rods in them. Nice and clean. And let's see here. You know, as I'm looking through the camera, I can see that like this piece looks like it's kind of rough on the surface, but it's actually not. They're very much smooth. They look rougher. Yeah, this looks rougher on the camera too. Don't let that fool you. This piece has a little bit of stringiness to it, but nothing major. Parts look mostly pretty much clean. That was the first one with any substantial strand. Little guys are very crisp. All the little ones are very crisp. The smaller the part, the neater it looks like it came out of there. This one came out really good. Yeah, you can see that glossy end there. You know that was done on a heated bed if it's got that kind of finish. Like you can see it on that one too. So those are the same. Let's see here. This looks like it's going to hold some bearings, and yeah, it looks good just like all the others. Very pleased with all these being 3D printed. They look good. One more of these, so 3 of those. And let's see here. What's this? Oh, okay, so these ones aren't 3D printed. These must have been injection molded, and they probably go right underneath that print plate or print bed. Yeah, so those ones are not 3D printed, and they're in the same bag with the 3D printed parts. And those are all of the plastic parts. This is the only one of the bags that has some parts I've never gotten a chance to see before in a Printrbot kit, so I want to go through it with you. First is the wires for the motors. First time I've had a Printrbot kit with the motors detachable from the wires, so that's exciting. This is the first one with an on and off switch, and so that's interesting too. And let's see what else is in here. The 13S hot end is in here. And this is a new Z probe or induction sensor. I hope it's still considered an induction sensor. I don't know this model, so this is the first one for me. And let's see here. Here is the wire wrap, keep things nice and neat. And anything else in here just looks like, yeah, just your homing switches, and that sums it up. That's everything that's in this bag, and looks pretty good. Well, that sums up my unboxing. I'm looking forward to building this, and please check back for the videos as I put it together.